get it, try it like it created. And I'm working on an alcohol ink ornament over here on the side, but while I had my alcohol ink out and my surface protected, I thought we could work on another tag for Tag It Tuesday using alcohol ink. Now this technique, I am adjusting it from doing kind of ink smushing or plastic wrap transfer, which we've done on glass before. I thought, let's try it on our tag. And so this time I'm using aluminum foil and 2 colors of ink, and I have some rubbing alcohol off to the side here. And so I'm just going to put my ink down on my foil, and I want to get it so that it can move around, and it may already be drying on me, and that's okay because we're going to spritz with alcohol ink, and it does on a non-porous surface, it's going to move for a while. So if I were to hang this up and let it sit here, you know, for a good 3 or 4 minutes, you can see here, even though it looks like it's dry, it's moving. And as soon as I add the blue on top of it, it's going to move some more. So let's just go ahead and add our blue in and get it to activate what's going on there. And I'm trying to get enough that it will cover the surface of my tag as well. So I've got that down, and now you can see as it mixes together, it makes a purple. And I like getting the drippiness. Sorry for the crinkling, that's just the nature of aluminum foil. And so I'm going to just keep moving this around and let those colors drip and move. This is kind of the same thing I do with my alcohol ink ornaments. Is you let them drip and dry for overnight, and you come back and it's totally different than what you had left the night before, because the ink just keeps moving until it dries out, unless you want to heat it or put a blow dryer to it to get it to stop moving. It's just going to keep adjusting itself for a little bit. All right, so I like the activity that we have going on there. I think I would like to spritz some rubbing alcohol along the top here. And oh, neat. Look at those dots it made. All right, those dots I'm talking about are these little drips in here. So I'm just going to hold this here for a little bit until I know that we are done with the ink moving, and I'm watching the heavier spots like this purple is going to slowly move. And this little space right here might close up. And then of course this heavier band here is going to travel down. And right now that heavier band is the one that's moving the most for me. All right, so I am going to call this dry enough. And the next thing I want to do is just wrinkle it up. I'm not being overly tight, but just putting some wrinkles in the foil. All right, and now I'm going to open it back up. So now we have wrinkles in that area, right? And now I'm going to put my tag down. And I'm going to spritz this with alcohol ink and then turn it over and push it down onto my tag quickly. All right, so let me get the alcohol ink, or rubbing alcohol on here, line things up, and push it down on my tag. And I can even take, I have this dry eraser, and I can just kind of smush over the top. And now any ink that didn't transfer, I can always re-wet this and put it down again. But I do, I do like, look at that. That is really, really neat. All right, but I do have some ink still on here, and I do have some white spots. So I think I'm gonna just spray this a little bit here and try to get color along the top. I think I could manage to get some there. And then I want to get some down around the bottom. So I could, you know, re-ink, of course. But I'm just using what's left here. I could also go in and, I don't know if I said this or not because I'm focusing too much on what this looks like, is that I could go in and spray the paper. Let's try that here. If I spray the paper and then I put the ink on top, yeah, I'm going to be able to control those white spots. So that was our transfer process, and I'm just going to set this off to the side and let that dry, and then we'll come back and finish it off. But I like the look of what we're getting layered and textured and colored. Very interesting. All right, to finish off our tag, I have grabbed out some ephemera pieces from AALL Create, and this is the Let's Go pack, and it comes with, it's number 14, it comes with 53 pieces. Just to show you, it has all of these travel images in here, and I just picked out some that coordinate with the background. So let's just go ahead and start sticking some of these down, and I like the placement of some of these, and so I'm just looking to see if my glue is coming out here. So I just want to tack these in place, and we can always go in and add more glue later, but I want to be able to see where they belong. All right, and then I will just grab some scrap paper here and apply glue so that we can get underneath these pieces and glue them more firmly in place without having to lift them up and out of where we wanted them. And so I am just layering these onto the tag. I'm not lifting anything up with foam tape yet. All right, but I'm just putting some glue on the back of that, and then I chose to use the United Kingdom image because it matched color-wise. And so just glue all over the back of it. All right, and then I wanted to place it on the tag, but I wanted the little airplane piece to kind of stick out. I'm okay with covering up the bottom there. All right, and then the last piece I'm going to put on here is the word travel, and I wanted to do that with some foam tape. So I am going to cut down my foam tape and see, can I get 2 pieces on here, or is one going to be enough? Yeah, I think we can stagger that. All right, so now all I have to do is Peel the backing off. And stick our little word travel kind of right in the center of everything. A little off center, I guess. There we go. And that is our finished tag for the week.